Do you need a bore sighting tool? You ever thought about one? This is a laser bore sighting tool, and it's pretty universal. This will do everything from a 177 air rifle or 17 Remington up to a 12 gauge shotgun. And it's got a little adapter in there that's for shotguns, but I think it'll work for a short barreled pistol also. Let's take a quick look what we get. It's not going to take up a lot of room on your shelf. It's pretty small, and I don't know if they make anything else that fits this or not, but there's little cavities here, little posts right here. So these are stackable. I don't know if it stacks with anything other than another laser sight, or if they've got some other stuff in little tiny boxes like this. But let's look inside. Now what you're going to get, all of these are your adapters, and that puts you with the ability to put this on almost anything. This little adapter here is for your shotgun barrel, or the really interesting thing to me, some of your pistol barrels with the really stubby barrel, if you put this on here, then you're going to be able to do probably like a 2.5 inch barrel. I don't have any pistols with a barrel that short, so I can't test it. I don't have any firearms with me right this moment, but what I do have is a nice nifty chunk of steel. This is for a different project. I just cut a chunk of this off with a hacksaw so I could make it small enough to use. And there is a chart that tells you which each one of these adapters that you might want to use. And there is a number on these, but since this is not a barrel, I'm just going to have to guess. That's not it. There we go. That one just barely fits in there. The Boresight has a little wedge on the end of it. And then these things, I'm going to grab one of the bigger ones that's easier to see. You can see the number on there. And when this wedge goes in there, it spreads those out and makes it snug up in any barrel. I'm going to make this from a little piece of pipe here. So you insert this, and it's a good friction fit. And when you get this inserted all the way, you can give it a twist or two, and that snugs it up really nice, so it doesn't have any movement to it at all. When you put this out on your target, what I would do is I would give this a twist, get the gun in a vise in a stable position, and give this a twist. If the laser is going in a circle, they include an Allen wrench so that you can fine tune this. So when you spin this in a circle, the dot should stay in the same place the whole time. If it doesn't, you're going to have to work with the windage and the elevation on it. And speaking of elevation, if you haven't ever bore sighted anything, that's line of sight, your scope's line of sight, and your trajectory is not line of sight. It loops in, so you're going to have to fine tune this. What this is going to do is get you on paper, and what I have found with bore sighting, generally if I set the bore just above the bullseye and then set the scope on the bullseye, that gets me really close. So I'm going to do the same thing with this, and I'll be home. Well, I'm gone a week at a time. I have one day off. So next week when I'm home, I'm going to try to find an air rifle with a scope on it, and I'm going to put this on there, and we're going to see how accurate this thing is and how quick it gets me on paper. Even with the glass optic, getting it zeroed in pretty good. I've always done the traditional bore sight, but with my air rifles, I don't have the ability to look through the barrel while everything is assembled. Can't just take the bolt out of it and look through like I could with my like a Remington 700 or something. So I thought the laser bore sight was going to be the way to go. Gives me the ability to get everything on paper and minimize the number of wasted shots that I'm going to have. So next week when I get home, that's going to be my project, is to put this into an air rifle and see what we come up with. So if anybody has any questions, just throw them in the comments. I'll get to them as quick as I can. Every day when I stop, I drive an 18-wheeler. Every day when I stop, I check my comments periodically through the day. I'll get to you as quick as I can. May not be within the first 10 minutes, but I'll always try to at least answer them the same day. Appreciate it. I'm going to throw a video up over here you might like. YouTube's going to throw one down here you might like, and I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.